Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is October the 13th, 2017, and you are here to see our daily cryptocurrency market analysis. And the market today for some of the cryptocurrencies definitely shot up, gave us a push to go above. And we mentioned that on our video yesterday around the 6-minute and 20-second mark that some of the cryptocurrencies was going to shoot up. That was going to be in spurts. Some was going to shoot up, some was going to trade sideways. Then the next day, the next batch of cryptos would shoot up, and then the other ones would trade sideways. And that's exactly what's occurring right now in the cryptocurrency market. So I know that Ethereum was one of the cryptocurrencies today that shot up today. Kind of surprised us. The market did shoot down very early on in the trading day, but then obviously the buyers stepped in and pushed Ethereum through that $300 area. As well, we have another one that we need to change our analysis on, and that's Ripple. We'll get into that as we look at the chart. But you guys can see that the market cap definitely has increased. A lot of more money is coming into the cryptocurrency market, and the Bitcoin dominance is also increasing. So a lot of money is definitely coming into Bitcoin. Now, before we get started, you guys know that we do not give you guys technical analysis. We are the interpreters of the Finnish language for the cryptocurrency market. We are the only ones who's able to digest and give you the interpretation of what the price bars and the volume is saying. We give you the news according to what the charts are telling us. And the language is called Finnish, okay? So that is the term coined for the language of the financial markets, okay? So please note that we are not investment advisors, and we are not giving guys investment advice, but rather we are interpreting the price bars and the volume for you so that we can predict and see and forecast where prices are likely to go for these cryptocurrencies. Now, I mentioned previously on some of our videos when we got started on this channel that you just don't have to use this particular language on cryptocurrencies. You can also take this information and knowledge of Finnish to the stock market. You can also take it to commodities market, the bond market, wherever you can have a chart that can display price bars and volume. You can take this knowledge with you because it acts the same way, okay? So whenever the market is not moving for a particular sector in the financial area, in the financial arena, then you just take your knowledge elsewhere to where the money is actually being moved and liquidity is there. Take your knowledge there, and you can still continually make money in the financial arena. So that's one of the key points and best aspects of understanding this language. So without further ado, please make sure you guys can use the timestamp if it's available to you, just in case you guys are running short of time and you just want to check out one particular cryptocurrency. The timestamp is there for you in the description area of this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So as you guys can see, we already told you that the market cap is now stands at $172.6 billion. And yesterday it was at $164.6 billion. So that tells us that $8 billion has came back into the market. You guys can tell that by the 24-hour volume. $7.3 billion has came back into the market. And a lot of these cryptocurrencies has been absorbing all of that money. A lot of the cryptocurrencies has ended the day in the positive. So that is a very good sign overall for the cryptocurrency market. You guys can see that Bitcoin ended the day at 4.12%. Ethereum had a fantastic day at 11.31%. Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, both were up 2%. Litecoin ended the day so far, according to this website, up 1.50%. Dash up 5.22. Neo 4.74, Monero 8.86. So all these cryptocurrencies that we usually analyze on a daily basis ended the day positive. So that tells you the interest in the market is definitely to the upside for these cryptocurrencies right now. But we're going to go ahead and check out Bitfinex's website and analyze these major cryptocurrencies to see where they are headed. So please see that Bitcoin is up 3.96%. The last trade was at $5,639. Now, on our video yesterday, we did tell you that Bitcoin was set for higher prices because the bar from the 12th of October was a very strong push to go a bar. But then today we have exceedingly more volume. The market also closed lower than the high of the bar, so definitely sellers occurred today for Bitcoin in the market. So that is a lot of stockpile coming in on Bitcoin at this price range. So we're expecting Bitcoin to trade sideways on tomorrow. And if we get another precursors of weakness bar, then Bitcoin will be moving lower. But just for analysis on tomorrow, we will say that Bitcoin will be trading sideways because that is a lot of volume. We haven't had that much volume ever since the 15th of September all the way to the 14th of September. And that's when the market was trending lower. And we had those major widespread bars on both trading days. So we have that type of volume again today on the smaller spread, and the market closed lower. So that's definitely telling us that the market is getting hit with a lot of stockpile. So we're expecting Bitcoin to trade sideways. So the next one we're going to check out is going to be Ethereum. So you guys can see that Ethereum had a very positive day today, up 11.67%. The last trade was at $337.60. Taking a look at the daily price chart, you guys can see how we said that the market was getting hit with sellers yesterday for the market to close lower from the high of the bar. And we was expecting the market to move lower, and it did, but the buyers stepped in. And that's what we told you on the video yesterday, that if the buyers stepped in, then expect the market to move higher. Because if the market didn't, if the buyers didn't step in, then expect the market to come to 280. So the market did start out the trading day lower, and it came to a low of $298. The buyers came back into the market and they pushed the market for Ethereum through that $320 area all the way up to a high of $350. So that is a very positive note to see for Ethereum. But now you can see that sellers also came in the market for Ethereum. Because if that was not the case, then you would expect the close to close up here towards the high, and that did not occur today. So we're expecting Ethereum to trade sideways to back to $320 as a support. If we do not get any precursors of strength here at the support, then expect Ethereum to move lower. Okay. The market could possibly shoot higher on tomorrow as well. And if it does that, then expect it to come back up to the high of around $350. What we're waiting on is for the buyers of this market, the market participants, to be consuming all of this stockpile that occurred today. And once that has been concluded, then Ethereum will move higher. If not, then Ethereum will trade sideways to lower to this area of support right here around $320. So onward to Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is up 3.93%. Last trade was at $321.51. So we have this precursors of strength bar in for Bitcoin Cash. You see over the last 3 trading days that the volume has been increasing for Bitcoin Cash, but the market has been closing right here and it's been closing right around the same area for the last 5 trading days. Okay, but for the market to shoot down lower to that area that we said that Bitcoin Cash was going to touch around 280, and for it to close higher than the close of yesterday is a very positive sign, and it is a precursor of strength. So we're expecting Bitcoin Cash to at least trade sideways to higher. Okay, that is our analysis for Bitcoin Cash. Next on the list is Ripple. So Ripple is up 5.51%. Last trade was at 25,851. What an opposite day. See, one of the things that you need to understand when trading in the market is as you go throughout the day, the market changes. Okay. Now I wanted to tell you that we said that Ripple was going to trade lower, and it did that, and it came right down to that 23-cent area that we said that Ripple would touch. But then as we went throughout the trading day, you see that buyers came into the market and pushed Ripple back up towards the high over the last 3 trading days. And if you notice, Ripple was not able to break through that again. But what we're expecting Ripple to do is at least trade sideways between 25 and 27 cents in the short term. If we don't get any precursors of strength within this range, then Ripple will fall right back down. But if we do, then it was going to break through that 26 cents area. Okay, so that's what we're looking for in Ripple, is for it to trade sideways. And in the midst of that time trading sideways, we're going to see whether we get precursors of strength or precursors of weakness, and whichever one we get, then that's the direction the market is going to go. So right now we're just going to say that Ripple's going to trade sideways, even though that this bar is a precursors of strength. So the market could possibly shoot higher, possibly to 27 or maybe even 28, depending on if the buyers are in control. Now we're going to go ahead and check out Litecoin. So Litecoin is up 0.66%. Last trade was at $59.49. And Litecoin was not able to break higher highs today. Matter of fact, the market shot down to that $56 area that we mentioned. And we told you that that would be a good entry point for you to come into Litecoin to buy and wire it up all the way up. And it closed at 59, so that would have been a $3 increase on your investment in just one day, which is a very good thing. Now, what we need to see on this particular bar is if the market is going to close higher. If it does, then that means that the buyers on today's bar has consumed all of the selling that occurred today. If the market closes lower, then they're not done with the process, and you would expect $56 to be touched again. So we have to wait for Litecoin to see what direction and who's in control of this particular market, because we had this very strong, powerful push to go up bar yesterday, but we didn't get the type of expectation we would want from this type of bar. So obviously the demand or the interest for higher prices is not in Litecoin at the moment. It might come in tomorrow, so we have to wait and see. But currently we'll just say that Litecoin would trade sideways, because it looks like this area of around $60 is going to be a hindrance for Litecoin. So now we're going to go ahead and check out Dash. So Dash is up 8.25%. Last trade was at $312.86. And one thing I want to do, I'm going to draw a line right here for Dash, because this is one of the areas that Dash has been respecting as support, and we're going to mark that. Okay, so this is the area that Dash has been absorbing or respecting as support, and we're going to keep it there until Dash either breaks it or goes through it. So that's why we had this very, I ain't gonna say very, but the volume was there on this particular bar for a push to go up, and it looks like Dash is going to try to come back up to this area of this descending line that we've drawn. So please expect Dash to at least come back up to 320. That's another $7 from where it currently is trading, 320. And if we get precursors of weakness right here around 320, meaning stockpile coming in, then it might move lower from that point. But if the buyers are still in the market, then expect it to move higher, and it could go all the way up to the high from the 1st of October, which was $330. Okay, because this is a very strong bar, especially how wide it is compared to the last 3-4 trading days. Okay, so we're expecting Dash to move higher. Onward to Neo. So Neo is up 6.24%. Last trade was at $29.27. And again, the market had changed tone today for Neo. We told you on yesterday that the market will move lower, and it did that, and we forecasted it to come to 26. But instead it went to $26.61 right here around the low from the 9th of October. But the market was able to close right back up into this area that has been acting as support for Neo. But stockpile still came in the market. We're looking for Neo to trade sideways to higher for that fact, because also stockpile came in the market. But we're looking for it to trade sideways to higher. And that sideways consists of it trading between $28 to maybe $30, $31 that Neo can be trading. It might even go all the way up to 32, depending on if the buyers are still in the market. If not, then expect it to come between $28 as well. But we're expecting it to trade sideways to higher. So now we're going to go ahead and check out Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic up 3.09%. Last trade was at $12.10. So same here. This bar kind of looks like Neo's bar. The volume has been increasing. The spread is also wider. So there was a lot of business occurring today in Ethereum Classic. The buyers won out in today for the fact that it was able to close higher than the high of yesterday, and also how the market started the day out lower, and they overcame the selling to close off the high of today. So there's still stockpile within Ethereum Classic. So we're still expecting them to maybe trade sideways in the short term. If the market is still being hit with sellers, then expect it to move lower. But due to the spread and the volume of today's bar, we're expecting at least Ethereum Classic to move higher. Maybe to the high from the 7th and 8th of October, which was $12.58. Or it might even come, depending on how strong the market is, it might even come all the way back up to almost $13, just like it did on October 2nd. But we're looking for Ethereum Classic to trade sideways to maybe a little higher. And then the last one that we are going to do for today is going to be Monero. So Monero is up 9.30%. Last trade was at $94.79. And we've been waiting for a day like this in Monero for quite some time. It has been trading right here along this area of support for the last 4 trading days. The market came and touched that area, but it didn't like it, so it closed right above it, and then the market traded sideways the following 3 days and it didn't move. So we said that Monero on our video yesterday that it could come back to 85 and touch it and then move higher, and it did that on today. The spread is definitely a lot wider. We do have stockpile in the market, so sellers are there, but due to the wide spread compared to the last 2 weeks of trading, that obviously this is a change of tone, and you would expect the market to move higher for Monero. So we're going to say it's going to trade sideways for the fact that we do have this small stockpile on today's bar, but it looks like it's going to try to come back up to 105. So that's our analysis for Monero for the trade between $90 and 105. Trade sideways to higher. So that's all we got for today. New subscribers, please make sure you check out our video calls of some of the basics so you guys can get caught up on the terminology that I did use on the video on today. Appreciate you guys watching and subscribing. Continue to share and like these videos. Gain the confidence back in the market so you too can be profitable in your own trading. That's one of the hardest things for individuals like myself, to try to give you a particular direction on where the cryptocurrency is going to go, because I do not know what your entry point is and I do not know what your exit point is. So it's all dependent on a lot of various factors in order for one to be precise in your particular situation on their analysis. So that's why we try to give you just the daily cryptocurrency analysis, because the market changes on a constant basis, especially if you go to smaller time frames. So that's why we give it to you on a daily basis, because the market is so fluid and it changes on a drop of a dime. So that's all we got for today. Guys, continue to watch, continue to learn, continue to gain that confidence so you too can be profitable. That's all we got. I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a good one.